date is the 12th. See if we can't put that back up. 9/17, actually, it's 8/17 because the time changed. I didn't change that. You'll have to worry about that other. But here's what's happening. School system, Chelsea School, was flooded out. And so they are going to be using our building for the next couple of weeks. We thought it might be interesting to videotape kids coming as the sun rises up over the top. Be with you in a little bit as we start taping some of the kids arriving for school and some of the day's events of this momentous week when about 325 young people every day will be confined in our building or taught in Christian education. In a few moments, people will be coming. The way all this started was on Monday morning. This is now Wednesday. At Monday morning at 8:10, Tony Tortorisi, a member of the school board, called Pastor Marshall and asked if it was possible to use the church building. The Chelsea School had been flooded out. About 52,000 gallons of water had come into the building. And so in the process, we began setting it up the possibility, and by 11:30 it was a reality. And so we had to clear a few things. Pastor Marshall called President Keith McLean, who was not home, left a message on his recorder, then called Vice President Wayne DePorto and talked with Henrietta because Wayne had left for the day, and then called the custodian, and they were at school. So the decision was basically made by Pastor Marshall, knowing full well that the history of this church is to support the school system. So basically what is happening is that we are making use. None of the Christian symbols will be removed nor covered over. We are not trying to overemphasize in any way. We're simply saying you are using our facilities basically free of charge. We are asking, probably the board will meet tonight, we are asking that they will at least consider additional expenses for electricity and general utilities. After that, we don't care. We believe in education and hope that the school system will not only be thankful for that in the future, but we have enjoyed working with them in the past. We're waiting actually for one of the buses to arrive. We did have a short bus come before. I had camera problems here. The tape did not want to work. So as we wait, they'll all be gathering in the sanctuary for the first day for announcements, and then from there they will disperse into the classrooms that they are using. We plan on taping the rest of the day in some of the classes. Some of the things are going in the hall, kids out in the back. Later on tonight, about 10 buses will be piled onto the church parking lot here, which will not be used all day. The teachers are parking on the west side of the building on Ash Street, and that seems to be working very well for us. The police are here this morning to try and help mothers to keep moving as they drop off some of the kids, because a lot of kids are carpooled to school. We're going to get the first couple of kids coming off the bus. Grades coming in first through third. Kindergarten will be going out to Hickory Creek School. At first we thought we couldn't even have kindergarten because they might have to move some of these classes out. But our building was bigger than they thought it was, and so they were able to move all of the kids, about 325 of them, in here. Hope that the wind noise is not too bad. It is kind of windy out here today. I just thought you might find it interesting to see who are these kids on that first bus. Remember on the time it's actually 8 because I did not change the time. This time is running daylight savings because I hadn't reset it from summertime. This will be going on until about 12 buses, I think, will be discharging the kids this morning. So we'll shut this off and get back with you when they're all inside. is down there, you will recognize. Mr. Nielsen. It's Mr. Nielsen now.
Quiet down, please. Look, we have to pay very, very close attention to this. I want everyone to listen very well. Very quiet. First, I'm going to call off some bus numbers. If you came on that bus today, please raise your hand, okay? And I'll also ask for some people who were driven and things like that. How many people this morning walked to school, maybe with their moms, but walked? Did not take a car or a bus, just walk. Okay, hands down. A lot of you people probably live real close to the school. At the end of the day, though, some of you probably take buses that are right over here at the old building to go home, or maybe right over here on Center Road. We would like you, even though you're so close to walk, we'd like you still to get on your regular buses, even if it's only going to take you 2 blocks home. Okay? So the teacher's not going to know if you have permission perhaps to walk home or not. So we'd like to have everybody ride their same bus that they always do going home. Okay? Now there will be a lot of people who used to go to Chelsea to walk home who now can't walk home for these next few days. How many people usually at Chelsea were walkers or car riders and would wait over at Chelsea School? Put your hand up. Okay.
Our illustrious, brave church council president, one of our members who also teaches.
Is Reverend Nielsen talking yet?
Yes, he is.
Oh, is he in the pulpit?
No.
Oh, good.
No, he did not want to go, and that's fine.
I talked to Matza.
This is the Fellowship Hall area that was reset up primarily for the lunchroom. At this particular end down here, they will use, this will be the gym. And they'll obviously do more sitting games kind of things. We'll go through the rest of the building, and maybe we'll get some of it done before everybody gets back in their classrooms. It's kind of interesting what they do. They got another phone in. I believe that about 40 young people will be in this room, and so the teachers at the end of the day will be ready for a break. We discovered something. We have more fire extinguishers in our building than the school system has. We have far more bathrooms in our building than they have. So it's going to be kind of interesting in that capacity. Probably if all of the teachers had put their names up, we could have shot them. Speech correction will be downstairs in another section. What they're doing is bringing the kids out from the sanctuary one class at a time so the kids can see where they go and how they get there. Now we're into the new section of our building, built in 1967. This will be the nursery, church nursery on the right here, will be kind of a study room for teachers. It's not their lounge. They do have a lounge too. We'll just walk back quickly because I know the kids are going to be coming into these classrooms. This is the octagon room in the back of our building. They are using our tables. They did bring some of their own in, plus some of their chairs. What Keith and I are talking about is how orderly and quiet the kids are coming. Some of that may be, where are we going? as a part of their symbol. See how quiet? We're standing out here making more noise in the hallway than they are, all of them walking into their classrooms. I didn't get all of those rooms. I'm sorry that I didn't, but Actually, they're going to have less in this room than we do. We average 20 kids in this room, and I don't think they're going to have that many in this room. We had enough in this room of our own stuff too that they did not need to have any more. We averaged 20 in each one of our classrooms on the lower level, and so they'll be using all of our equipment and didn't have to bring quite so much. Some of you met Marcia Hoffman downstairs with Keith McLean. I did not introduce her on the tape, but that was Marcia Hoffman. Her husband is a principal in Manhattan and a member of our church board as well. We're all kind of holding our breath, hoping that we don't get too much flack back from the membership for making our facilities available, but we feel that the historical connection of the United Church of Christ with 500 colleges and universities, and the fact that this particular building was used at one other time in the past when the school system expanded, that before they had all Chelsea and Hickory Creek and all that sort of stuff, that we'll have pretty good support from the membership. There'll be some flack, but we'll have pretty good support. Now the teachers will be using this room, which is our chapel area, as their lounge, and they have never had it so good. That was their comment. They now have a refrigerator here and other kinds of things. They'll be using this as their lounge. We are a smoke-free building as they are, and so there's no real problem with people smoking or anything in that nature, and we appreciate that. This is kind of the neat thing, that how quiet and orderly you all are this morning.
Hey guys, this is our spot.
Good morning. How are all you doing? What grade are you in?
Second.
Are you in second grade? Well, welcome. We hope you have a good time and learn while you're here too.
You called my grandma yesterday and he answered it,
Yeah,
right?
that could be right.
And my grandma was afraid you're going to tell her to clean the desk.
Oh, no.
To clean the cover.
Hi, how are you?
You gonna be around?
Yeah, I've got time at the hospital, but I thought at least initially I could be here on the chance that we need something I can't find. Yes, should be in this afternoon. This is downstairs in our section, two-story unit, 1957 edition, 54 edition. And here comes Art, who gets the great task of keeping these kids straightened out. You're there for... Yes, recess lives. They do come out as they do at school in normal patterns. You simply block off the parking lot and let all the kids go to it. Stare at it.
Filming this all.
You bet. Nobody will look
This is
at
the
it now.
first here. This is
25 years from now, they'll think this is great. And some of these kids will know themselves. You know, it's a long way away to know, but they will. This is half of the lunchroom. You can tell it's not really disorderly. The other half will be down later. This girl wants her milk. Someone is forgetting her milk. So she's waiting patiently for her milk.
They leave or take it in tomorrow.
This is for my bowl. Well, everyone has survived the first day. There are now 10 school buses on the parking lot, all in some semblance of realistic order. The kids, we think, will know pretty well where they're going. Day one, concludes with all of the 10 of the buses heading out. We hope it works well. Last two buses, we're pulling out.